I'm just cleaning up from last night. Well,
we're live.
Last night I've done one repair. Hello everyone.
Hello. We are down the rabbit hole on a Nintendo Switch with special guest, the Coder. He's joining me again. We're enjoying this, joining each other's streams and trolling each other and working on some weird stuff. We worked together to fix an Xbox Series X, and that turned out pretty good.
That turned out great.
Yeah, that couldn't have been better.
Please don't slate me for the mess on the desk. It's the morning after the night before.
The morning after the night before. That's funny.
Yeah, I have done one repair today. I'll put that switch with the dead CPU back together, and then.
I did this happy joy right here. I got power supply, and I got meter.
Oh. Is that thanks to me? Is it?
Yes, thanks to you and showing me software I forgot about. So.
I really need a power supply on the computer.
Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that with your USB meter.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool. I mean, I've got the multimeter, which I can use on the PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to show you how to do.
Yeah, so basically, I think it's just going to be like, I think you said I've got to connect them in series or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk you through it right now. So,
let me just get everything tidied up first.
Okay, he's gonna clean up here, and
I think you waited.
We're waiting on some viewers, anyways. We got 2 viewers.
Welcome, guys. I haven't got your chat loaded up at the minute.
Yeah, there's no chat right now. Chris is here.
Right, Chris.
I didn't load my chat on OBS, anyways.
Is that iFix?
iFix consoles. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome, man. Yeah. So I've just got to clean up this bench because I haven't actually done anything cleaning wise this morning. I did one repair quickly before this stream, and I will say, guys, I can't show my face cam because for some unknown reason my face is swollen out again this morning.
Yeah, he doesn't want to damage my screens on my computer.
Yeah, I don't want to get you demonetized for showing sexy content. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's wearing a dominatrix outfit.
Susan Wozniak gets a little bit jealous when she sees my face on the camera. She just can't handle it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so update. I know I have done a lot of videos and a lot of streams where I haven't had the meter or the power supply on the screen. Thanks to Phil, we have solved that. We have the power supply and we have the meter. Meter's currently in current mode because I'm going to show Phil a little trick, because my power supply is a singlet SPD 3303XE. It is a fantastic power supply, and it displays on the screen through USB with some very tricky pain in the butt software that you have to do things they don't tell you to do. And you get this set up and you can have both channels. I have one channel on the screen right now. But Bill has a Rockseed triple output, very nice power supply. I use the Rockseed power supplies in industrial applications. They make a great product, but unfortunately he doesn't have a USB out on his power supply. Now Rockseed, for industrial manufacturers, they make a device that plugs into headers inside the power supply that allows you to track the current on a USB device to the computer. But I'm going to try to get one of those from my old job and get it to Phil. But until then, he has a USB enabled multimeter, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do that to where you can monitor the current on a multimeter and then connect it to the computer that way. So you could actually monitor voltage and current from separate meters, both on the screen if you had 2 different meters. Like you could set up a dedicated meter for just current and leave it set up all the time. But the current settings are very important.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over this basic information so if someone is watching this, they don't just jump in and are swamped. This is a basic handheld meter. It has different settings. It has millivolts, volts, DC volts, AC volts, and then it has frequency, Not all meters have frequency, but then it has diode, continuity, capacitance, and resistance. It's got microfarads, capacitance, not very used. And then you have a milliamps current, AC or DC. And then you have a 10 amp current setting, AC or DC. Now you may have a 20 amp current meter, you may have a 5 amp. Let's sticking with the large amp. Because if you're doing something small, like this meter on milliamps will max 400 milliamps. For a Nintendo Switch or a console, that's too low, and it's going to blow your fuse in your meter, and that's not going to be good. So we're going to deal with the 10 amp plug here, and we're going to use the 10 amp setting. Always, before you turn on the power to your power supply, turn your meter to current mode. You don't want to be cycling through the power settings on your meter like this with current flowing through your probes. So I'm going to set my meter to the 10 amp section, okay? And then I'm going to set it right here. You can see my power supply is in the corner up there in the red. The top is the voltage. The second one down is the current that it's set to. It's set to 2 amps. And then the bottom is the wattage, which would be 10 watts. If I turn on the power supply, the current will go to 0 because it's drawing no current. So it's drawing no power, so therefore current won't flow. Here's the thing with my power supply. My power supply is anywhere between 550 US to 650 US, but it only has a 10 milliamp resolution. And this can actually help you, this setup, to get better resolution from your power supply. So what I'm going to do is, I'm using channel 1. I have a black terminal and a red terminal. That's standard on all devices. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in, I have a set of cables here that have banana jacks that plug into my power supply, but they also have banana jacks on this side also. So
I need to make one of them cables.
Yeah, so you have the connectors for it.
Yeah.
You had them with your switch thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 probes that I have cut the ends off to plug into my power supply. I'm going to plug the black into the black in the black and the red into the red. Now I have these 2 things. Now this is important here. We're going to take the red.
Hang on, I've just knocked coffee on the table. Damn it. Shit. Well, that wasn't meant to happen. And I've just swore on your stream as well. Sorry.
Hey Philip, how's it going?
How's it going, guys? I still haven't got your chat loaded up.
Yeah, it's fine. There's only 2 people chatting, and it's Chris and Philip. They only said hello.
I don't want to talk to them anyway, to be honest.
We're nice to people on this stream, Phil.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
No, it's all good. It's all good. People know from you anyways.
I forgot. We have to be nice to people on your stream, don't we?
I just realized my watermark on my video is covering up my meter, so I have to move that.
I love that.
I'll move that to another location.
That's why I don't have a watermark.
Yeah, I did it just because I like that JER with the circuit board behind it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Right, so I've got I've already got banana jacks on that side. This is connected to a USB-C cable, but I don't use that anyway. So I was using that as a boot for like there's a kind of like an iBoot thing. So I need to make a cable that's got.
While you do that, I'm just going to explain this so people understand this. There's 2 ways to hook this up. You can plug your black or your red into your common of your meter, and then take your probes, like you're going to inject voltage, say. Take your probes. If you plug the red into the black, you need to plug your black probe into the red amp side. But I'm not going to do it that way because that confuses. That's not the most optimum way to do it. The black from the power supply, the ground from the power supply, plug that into your common, and then do your black into your 10 amp, and then that's your ground side. So it's black all the way through the meter, and then you take your, unplug everything first. That's what you do. And then you'll have your red that you'll have your other end on. I'm just going to use the probe I have here.
Yeah, see, I've only got, in terms of these connectors, I've only got 2 red ones, so I've basically taped up one of the red ones with black tape.
You only need one cable because the Nintendo Switch thing already has one on it. One side of that will plug into your meter. You just need one cable to go from the red of the black of the power supply to the meter, and then everything else is going to plug into the power supply and the meter. So you only need one cable to do this.
Right, so I've got my banana jacks here. So I need 2 ends that I can plug into, like 2 ends with jacks on it. Yeah.
No,
so
you just need one of those one thing with 2 ends. All you need is one thing with 2 ends like this.
So just one of those cables with 2 ends?
Just one of these will do it because you've already made the switch cable.
Right.
Actually, I'll demonstrate it with the switch cable to make it more easier for you to understand. So you just need one cable to go from the black of your power supply, the ground leg of your channel, into the common of your meter. I don't know what color yours is, but it says common, C-O-M.
I want to solder these because I like to do it like that.
And then let me get my switch chip in here. This is where it's like I tell you all the time I make custom cables. Yeah. This is what I make custom cables for, stuff like this.
Oh, okay.
Like I opened my box to grab the cables and I had like 10 sets. Like stacked on cables.
So I just need one single cable.
Yeah, the black. You want the black so it's not confusing later.
Yeah, so I've got the black, and then this end I've just got
yeah,
so I haven't actually got a black cable, so I've just got...
Yeah, so plug the black into your power supply, the ground on your power supply.
Let me just insulate this, make it safe. Just where I've joined this cable up. Just have to make sure it's not going to short out on anything. That's all.
And you're going to need something to boot your switch with.
Right, so plug one end into the...
So the black to the common of the power supply. That cable you have right there goes into the power supply on the black side, the ground side, and it plugs into the common of your meter.
So on the power supply, I've got 3 channels, but I've also got a separate ground. Can I use that?
No, you need a black one. You got to pick a channel.
I'll pick a channel. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing channel 1 because that's what shows up on the screen.
Yeah, I've got channel 1
turned on.
And that goes into the common.
Common. Yes, that's going to go in the common. You're going to really freak me out with the different color cables, though. That's gonna tilt me real bad.
No. That's black.
Oh, okay. That goes in the common. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're going to take your switch battery thing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I actually wanted that to be on a cable I can break off. So basically one of those.
Well, it's universal. The system is universal. Once you do it with one thing, you can do it with anything.
Yeah, but I want it on those connectors so I can just switch the connector sort of thing.
Yeah, well, are you going to do that now or are you going to wait till after?
No, I can wait. Right, so there's my...
So you're going to plug the black into your 10 amp or what does your meter have? Your meter has a 20 amp. So plug it into the 20 amp, the black side of the battery.
The black side of the battery, plug it into the 20
plug
amp.
it into the 10 amp.
Into the 10 amp?
So, yeah, or 20 amp, whatever yours is. Mine's
amp.
10, yours is 20. It depends on the meter, really. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got 10 amp. Well, I've got this one here. I'm assuming this one's my 10 amp. And then I've got 20 amp.
I don't know. Did you set your meter, before you do anything, set your meter to DC current, the largest setting?
It's set to...
Is it auto ranging?
Yeah, it's auto ranging.
Okay, you're good then. Just plug it in the 20 amp section.
Right, so
I don't like meters that do 20 amps, to be honest with you.
So I need
the resolution's bad. The resolution's bad. But it depends. What does your milliamp say as a max?
400 milliamps max.
Yeah, see, they're all 400 milliamps.
And 20
Hello,
amp. 20
Andrew.
amp
How's it going?
fused. And 20 amp max fused as well.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to use the 20 because the switch will go over 400 milliamps.
Yeah, it goes to like 1.2 amps.
Well, not from the battery.
If you've got a short.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be messing with the milliamps. Now they make meters that I think this one. No, that was 400. Never mind. I stand corrected. Like I have an auto ranging, like my desktop meter. What I'm going to actually show you how this works on my desktop meter after I show you on this one, because I have better resolution on my desktop meter.
Okay, well, just need to. I suppose I better say it the way you say it because I'm on an American stream. I need to solder this wire.
Yeah, solder it.
Yeah, I'll solder it.
Then again, most of my audience is from the UK, so I probably should be saying solder.
Probably, yeah, but you're American, so you're backwards. Everyone understands that. You know the word holder?
Yeah.
Do you pronounce it hodder?
No, it's holder.
Solder is soldering, isn't it? Think about it.
You know, I think, in high school, I think, they said it's solder. A soldering iron, and I don't know why that my electronics teacher in high school, Mr. Peasley, he's one of the only teachers I remember, and that man had a wealth of knowledge in 92, 93.
Yet he still couldn't say solder. He still couldn't say solder properly.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, he was an English gentleman. That was the weird part.
Right, so...
Okay, so that should be the black side.
That is the black, yeah. Let me just double check, just to make sure.
Why the hell is it a red cable?
Why is it a red cable?
Yeah, this should be all black.
Because I like to be awkward. I'll tell you.
You're gonna do my head in with this.
Yeah, it's fine. Look, we'll fix it. Look.
Okay, as long as it goes to the negative side of the battery board, you're good to go.
Well, I can't test it now because I haven't got a multimeter.
Oh, we're gonna solve that problem in a second.
Hang on. Let me make sure. Just to put your mind at ease. Let's make sure.
Hello, Eddie. How's it going?
Right, hold on.
It's tea time here. Eddie's having a coffee with you, Phil.
Oh, nice. I've just knocked half of my coffee all over the place.
That still looks full.
It's full enough. Yeah, that's negative. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like that. Yep, there you go.
This is the set of cables I can't break.
Yeah, because it's the custom ends on them.
No, these are not custom ends. These are these are the ones where I can change the probes on them.
Oh yeah, I have a few sets.
So I cannot break that connector.
Yeah.
Okay, so common
go
going
to
into
common,
power supply.
just like that. Okay, and you're set on amperage. Now you're going to take the positive side of your battery cable.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going to plug it into your positive side of the channel you plugged the negative into.
Oh wow, I've definitely got to extend these cables.
Well, I mean, if you're putting the meter on the screen, you really don't need it in the middle of the bench.
No, I don't need it in the middle of the bench, but I mean, I could put the multimeter wherever I want, but it's not an issue. But I still need to be able to get this power supply cable, the Nintendo Switch cable to where I need it on the bench.
And then make sure your power supply is set to the right voltage.
Yeah, I've got that set automatically. Well, it's set to 5 volts, and the Nintendo Switch power supply the Nintendo Switch battery board can handle 5 volts. It gets a little bit warm, but
yeah, it's so easy. Mine just turn a knob and mine's good to go.
Yeah, it can handle it. Just sort of that. Make sure it's all done right, that's all.
Oh no,
nice.
you're good. It's all good.
Nice,
it's a good teaching experience. I show you how to do it and you make it.
Well, this shows people that it doesn't take long just to make it safe with a little bit of insulation tape.
Yeah, no, it's definitely insulated. I have all mine insulated with a slack cable.
I mean, I'll make some proper cables. I'll work it out. I'll get some proper cables made up. Right, I'm going to set that to 4.2 volts, just to make sure it's on the right voltage. There you go. Okay, so that's in the.
Okay, now don't do yours yet. I'm going to do mine just to make sure.
Okay.
All right, so I plugged in I screwed that up. So I'm going to turn on my power supply, and then I'm going to plug it into the switch, and I get no current draw, and then I'm going to simulate a boot with this cable here. So.
Well, I can do that as well.
Okay, so there we go. So it's booting, and you see that my meter is reading 460, 300. So there's the boot sequence on my meter right there. Okay. I can also see it on my power supply. It's the same. But as you can see now, you could now in turn display that with the once you boot the switch, it'll show you that it's booting on your meter.
Yeah.
So this is a working switch. It's just missing some connectors.
This is a working switch as well. So
this booted. It's sitting at 295 milliamps. Now, see, here's an interesting thing about resolution. Because my switch, my thing is only 10 milliamp resolution. It was showing me 300 milliamps when it was really 295. So, and I'm going to actually increase the resolution even more here in a bit when Phil gets his working.
Oh, well, this one's not actually working.
Is your power supply on?
Yeah. Well, it's set to 4.2 volts. Shall I try?
No, don't try anything. It takes a second for it to boot.
Let me just
try it without the meter in line with it and see if it boots.
I can't because now I've just put. I've just changed that.
I mean, if you have voltage on your battery thing might have been reset.
I think it might have been.
Give it like a good 8 or 9 seconds. I had to. So let it sit there until it bumps current.
Let me just see if it's actually picking up on the amp meter.
Yes, that's what I did. I used the amp meter. But see, I can, if I go to boot this, it takes a second for the current to kick in.
Yeah, so let me just grab another cable. My battery might have gone into sleep mode. My bench supply battery.
Oh, you know what? Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
Oh, hold on.
Well, I have an issue with my board now, so I cannot no longer test. My coil just popped off.
On what?
On the switch.
It just the coil popped.
Yeah, we're gonna look at it under the scope right now. Yeah, it just popped off. I was like, why is this not working now? And I touched the coil and it moved.
Okay, I'm getting 0.06 amps there.
This is why you need 2 meters.
Yeah, exactly.
So, look at this. This is crazy.
Oh wow. Damn.
Yeah, it just popped off. What the heck?
Right, well, if this is the case then, I've got a common ground on my bench power supply.
The green?
Yeah, it's yellow.
That's not common, that's an earth ground.
Oh, okay. Right. But
yeah.
the ground should all be linked though, shouldn't they, on the actual channels?
Yeah, if you have them linked, yeah.
Oh well, no, it's not actually working. It's not drawing any current from the power supply.
Yeah, see, it should draw current it should show you current on both. See,
this is the problem. I can't use the. Right, let me try this on the 10 amp side then.
That's not the 10 amp side, is it?
I believe it is.
No, that's not amperage at all.
Hold up.
That's the microamps that's going to blow your fuse. I think you have an issue with your battery board. I think you're not getting voltage.
Yeah, but I can't. Well, I can test it. I can use the oscilloscope instead and test it with that. Just to see if I'm getting voltage.
This is just you're missing a connection because it definitely works. This coil, I mean, what the hell is with this coil, right?
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
It just popped off. It's still soldered down. It's just the case is coming off.
Anyone chatting at all?
No, nobody's chatting. We got 8 viewers.
They're all being bored.
Actually, kind of low on viewers.
They're all being bored.
All right.
Come on, the legend's on the stream. What are you doing, guys?
Right, let's see here. I need tweeters.
That's what she said. By the way, I need tweezers.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try to get this off with an iron. See what it looks like.
Right. This is actually going to work now. It's on mains power. Yeah. Right, so we're going to go to meter mode. We're going to go.
Well, there you go. I just tore a bunch of pads, so.
Channel 1 amplitude.
To make you feel better. Well, maybe I didn't. Never mind.
Aww.
That sucks. Oh, for sure I was going to have to do a trace repair on that. I still could pull it. You never know.
Yeah, I'm getting millivolts on that.
You sure that switch boots?
Yeah, 100%.
It may be because you have a 20 amp setting on there that it doesn't read that lower resolution.
Hold up, why am I getting... Oh, why is that on AC? What the hell?
Why are you on AC?
What the hell?
Man, that thing just came right off of the glue that attached it. It was still attached. Like the wires are still attached to the ground legs. like the legs, but the little ceramic or ferrite, whatever this is.
No, I don't actually know. Oh, hold up. Yeah, I don't actually know how to.
Oh, Travis is here. Now we have chat.
Hey.
No, Chris, he wasn't telling you you were a legend. He was just saying about me being a legend. Yeah, it's very confusing.
Well,
I was the legend, and it's an honor for Phil to be here. Is that Sarah? Hello, Sarah.
Jason said hello. She said fuck off.
Okay.
He went, okay. Nah, she said hello.
I knew she didn't say that, so. I know better.
Yeah. Sarah said she'll come in and boost your numbers.
Alright, so.
Sorry, well.
This just got weird.
These don't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense that you're not getting any voltage from your thing when your meter.
No, it's not.
You sure it's in current? It looks like you're in clamp meter current.
I don't know.
Move the wire in front of your meter. Yeah, I can't.
Let me. Hang on. No, I can't get that out of AC mode as well. It's not.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's only working on AC. I don't know why. 1 second. Let me. Can you see that?
Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, that is AC, but why does it have that yellow clamp meter symbol?
I don't know. Okay, so let me make sure I've got this right. So I've got a ground coming from the power supply, and that ground is going into my common.
Yes.
And then I've got the positive on the battery board, and then the negative from the battery board is going into the positive on the.
No, that is not what I said to do.
What did you say to do?
The negative of the battery board goes into the meter in the 20 amp side.
Right. Sorry, 1 second.
I had that very, very, very specific.
No, I think it might have actually been on that. Right, so I've got the ground. The ground is on the ground is in the power supply. The ground of the power supply.
Yes.
And that goes into my common. So
okay.
Ground of the power supply to common.
Yeah, there you go. And now the black of the ground of the battery pack plugs into the 20 amp side.
The ground of the battery pack into the 20 amp side. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that was right. Yeah.
And then the positive of that goes into your power supply.
Into the positive of the power supply.
To the positive of the power supply, the same channel the ground is connected to.
Yeah, that was right. That was all right. I think it's probably that the battery's gone into sleep mode.
See, that's the thing. If you need to be able to check the volt to see, but it should. That should give you something.
No.
Does it look like it woke it up?
No.
Are you getting anything from the power supply at all?
Nothing from the power supply at all. Right, let me try using channel 2.
And the power supply is definitely on.
100%.
Because I just did it and it worked fine until I broke my coil. I can sabotage that coil. I don't know how.
Yeah. So 100%. That is exactly how you said to wire it.
Then it should work.
It's not surely any
no,
current.
I absolutely not have no idea. Yeah, it should. It's unless you
And
blew
this,
that fuse in that meter already, it should be a straight line. There's nothing hindering it.
I don't see how I could have
I
blown
mean,
the fuse.
there's no hindrance whatsoever with that meter. It's a dead short, or should be a dead short across those two probes. Those points should be a dead short, and then it reads across a very low resistance.
Unless my meter just don't support it.
I don't know. It does current. It's I mean, I used a, well, not cheap, but it's current. It should be flowing.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, for sure. Let me just. It could just be that the battery's in sleep mode.
Yeah, but I just woke mine up with the charger, and it worked.
So it's got to be something. It's got to be something between the meter and the power supply, the meter and the battery board. Then.
Yeah, something like that. Come on, stupid. These keys for the Hackos are the most annoying thing on the face of the earth. I know it's all industrial stuff and everything, but it's quite annoying. I'm going to do this the cheap and cheesy way. I'm going to use the hot tweezers. I got to clean that off first.
It has to be a setting on the. It has to be a setting on the power supply then.
No, I mean, a power supply just outputs power. Like, I would like to know if it would output power with the meter not in line. I think you have an issue somewhere else. Because what I did
here's
is...
the question. My ammeter's not working now.
You got some kind of weird going on with your house. Did Sarah turn it off?
No. Right. This is odd.
Oh, let's see here. Mid-roll. Seriously, there's mid-roll ads on the stream? Hello, Sarah. Yep. I didn't. Does it automatically put those in? Because I don't set those for the live stream part. I'll have to check that. I'll check it when I do the next stream to make sure there's no mid rolls. Because I don't like that either. I don't want that.
Okay, well, the bench supply is working now. So not the bench supply, the USB ammeter is working, but it's still not reading. It only gives me an option for AC or... Oh. Oh no, never mind, it was just the way I was reading. I thought it felt like I burnt myself. See, it's giving me the option for AC or just auto.
It doesn't give you a DC current?
It just says auto, but it does that on voltage mode as well, and it picks up DC current.
Yeah, it could seriously be thinking it's AC and not reading it. I don't know, that's weird.
Right, well, there's no connection between that positive and ground at all. I'm shorting that out right now. There's no connection between that positive and ground. If there was, then it would be...
Yeah, see, you need a meter to test to see what it reads between those two probe points on your meter, because if it should read a dead short if it's reading correctly.
What, these two probes?
Yeah, it should be a dead short across that. That should be a dead short across those points in the meter. It's a dead short in amp mode.
definitely odd. It's just not working whatsoever. And that is definitely in amp mode as well.
Okay, do you have a set of probes for that? Plug in your
I've got
probes. Plug in your probes to that meter, and unhook everything else and plug in your probes to that meter in those same spots. The black to the common and then the red to the 20 amp.
Yeah.
Okay, now can you power on a switch? Any kind of switch?
Can I power any kind of switch?
That you can read the fuse? I want you to read across the fuse on a powered switch.
Oh, okay.
And then that'll tell me if your meter works.
I don't know if this.
I mean, technically, all it needs to do is read something on that meter right there.
Oh yeah, it's all read.
Okay, so now read across that. Read across the fuse. You should get 90 milliamp. Well, it's gonna boot now. It's boot looping. See, it does that weird thing like mine does. See, now when you read across that fuse, you should read 130 milliamps.
With these probes.
With your normal test probes. Just read across the fuse. Yeah, that meter is not reading correctly. Does it say DC now?
It says auto. Yeah, 0.0.
Yeah, it should. Not point.
No, yeah, no, I mean amps, not milliamps. If I go into milliamps, it'll read.
Well, you need to be in a different setting for that. You don't have it in the right socket to read milliamps.
Okay, that's just.
See, I think your meter doesn't have the resolution.
That's just gone off, but it appears to be working. It's reading.
But it seems like it doesn't have the resolution at 20 milliamps or at 20 amp setting. That's the thing. It doesn't seem to have the resolution.
So what about on this side then?
That side's not used for current at all.
I've got nanoamps and microamps here.
Yeah, but that's only 400 max on the micro milliamps.
So I can't use that then.
That's micro and milli, not nano.
Oh, well, that should have woke the battery up. Oh no, I didn't actually use it on that, did I? Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not. It's not doing anything. It's not allowing me to power the switch at all with it.
That is strange.
I think it's the power supply side. I'll be honest.
I don't think a power supply would even care, because I'll show you that. Let me just see this coil real quick, because I think I screwed it up. Reconnecting. It's reconnecting. Hold on. I gotta love customers PS4 HDI port. There has been a prior repair attempt. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I don't know if Phil's still connected. It kicked him from the call. Let me recall him. Oh, he's calling me somewhere. Answer the call. Where do I answer it at? Oh my god, I couldn't figure out how to answer it. Yeah, that was my fantastic internet.
Oh, was that your brilliant internet, was it?
Yeah, is that super?
Oh,
No, that looks like garbage.
makes sense.
Because you missed you missed the thing. I'll show you something real quick. Let me put this down with hot air because the hot tweezer is just trying my patience. So
I can't actually see your video.
Oh, hold on. That's why. Okay, you should be good now.
Yeah.
It focuses. So I'm going to get this in focus for you guys. And hopefully it's in focus for me. Yes, it is. And we're going to do whatever this says. Nice bulgy solder around it to make sure it's a good solid connection.
Oh yeah.
That's good stuff right there. All right. So
What that giant?
let that cool down.
What the hell is Phil doing? Just being awesome.
We're not sure what Phil is doing.
I'm just being awesome as usual. You know me.
But I'm going to show you that the power supply doesn't matter. I'm going to use a different one. That's cheap and homemade. So it's going to cool down with the scope. So,
yeah, I'll try it again later. I wouldn't worry too much.
It's weird because mine worked first time, first go. But I'm going to show you the resolution thing now that I fixed this. That wasn't even.
You're a terrible teacher.
This wasn't even supposed to be broken.
You're a terrible teacher.
Yeah, I know.
We all know that. You suck.
It's just that meter is more for household type electricity and not DC.
Bad technician always blames his tools.
I'm not blaming my tools. I'm blaming your tools. Mine worked.
Well, I'll just get Jenny to send me your tools and
I would send you a meter because I have so many, but it won't go on the. It'll be pointless because you can't put it on screen. So that would be pointless.
Kind of pointless, yeah.
So
it's all good.
All right. So now we're gonna do this again. So we have our meter that is hooked up in the same exact fashion. We're gonna turn that on.
You can't even turn your Wi-Fi.
You're just in a mood today. All right. So we're going to turn that on first. We're going to plug in our switchboard. And then I can boot this like so. And we should get current draw. So there we go. See, now there's my current draw on my on the meter.
Yeah.
So it's booting. There's the current. It's a better resolution than on my power meter because you can see my power supply. You can see the current on the screen. I forgot I had that. You know, you're getting a better resolution with this meter, and this isn't the best resolution meter. So I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to show you that reading at 4.5 digits, which could be better. So I'm going to unplug everything from my meter. And I'm going to take my benchtop meter, which is in the bottom right-hand corner, and I'm going to plug my negative. Seriously, the internet again? So I'm going to plug my negative into my negative, and then I'm going to take the negative of my power board and plug it into the current side. Yeah, it dropped your connection again, but this time you didn't have to call me back. Yeah. So now I have the meter in the screen there, and you can see it. So we're going to do the same thing. Now, let me just double check this. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now this should boot with a higher resolution in the bottom corner of the screen. It should take a little bit longer. What's the resolution? 4.5 digits.
Oh, okay.
Okay. it's not working.
Because you suck.
Oh, that's weird. Huh. That is. Oh, you know what? It's not updating.
I have a Nintendo Switch to build right now because.
Okay, so it's giving me microamps.
I've got to replace a switch for a customer that got nicked. Oh, I hate lining these up.
There it goes. Now it's working. So there's the resolution. Now it should be on the screen. It takes a while. That meter is in slow mode.
Yeah.
I can speed it up. Okay, so now there it's moving faster. So now I'm reading milliamps, 100. So this is booted to 130 milliamps. So unplug that. Yeah, I was wondering if this meter would slow it down trying to read it. And I think it may. Your meter might be doing the same thing as my benchtop meter is doing, where it is.
No, it's not drawing nothing at all. Definitely not drawing anything at all. I hate doing these. I'm trying to get that backlight ribbon through for the first time.
Oh, that's weird. This thing is not even booting anymore.
Right, well, would you say that this housing is acceptable for a customer?
It doesn't look too bad on my screen.
So basically, the customer, I sent his switch back, and I forgot to ask him if he wanted insurance, and it got stolen.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, so because it was my fault for forgetting to ask for insurance, if he wanted insurance, because he did say, oh, did you put insurance on, I would have paid extra. But I know it's gone missing. The tracking hasn't updated for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds like that.
So he's contacted the police, and I trust him when he says that if it does finally turn up, he'll give it to me. He'll send me this one back. But I basically said, listen, I'll give your kid a switch. Like, I'm not going to leave your kid without a switch. I've got enough boards, so it cost me like a few quid on like a few parts, like power supply, not power supply, screen and stuff. But you know, I'm not going to leave the guy without a switch. That's not fair on your kid.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right, let me just see if this one. Just need to see if this board actually works. So basically now I've just got to find a board that works, but also at the same time I've got one of my boards here is an exploitable switch, and I can't give that one out because I'm just not willing to.
Yeah.
I'll give the guy a switch, but I'm not going to give him my exploitable switch because I need that for testing purposes and things and for repair purposes. So I'm not going to give him my exploitable one. Actually, this board I think is no good. Yeah, this board's not good. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you know, this does not like my desktop meter in line with it at all. It does not like it at all. It works fine without it. It works on the other meter, but it does not like my benchtop meter in line with it, that power board. Yeah. I think because it's an auto range.
What meter did you just have that you work with?
That's just a electronics Lumini one. It'll work on my other Amazon special one too. I have this Amazon special, but they don't connect to the computer. The new ones may, but these Astro AIs work fine for that. All right.
See, I want one that's got a USB output.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. They're good meters, but they don't have.
Right, so there's. Hold on. So there's a Unity one.
Unity makes a good meter, but you got to see if it. You got to see what the ranges are on it.
It says Unity UT61C digital multimeter.
Okay, I
range
just
AC.
moved some stuff around, and it works now.
Says auto range AC, RS232, USB interface, LCD backlight, test temperature.
So this is
USB
working
interface.
now. I had to switch some stuff around. You may have to do it this way on your meter.
So this has got an RS232 port. But it also says USB interface, but I can't actually see the USB interface on it.
Yeah.
Unless it uses RS232 to USB.
Do you want to try what I just figured out?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so the negative goes into the negative of the battery thing now plugs into your power supply, and the positive goes into the 20 amp side of the meter, and then the positive to the battery thing goes to the common.
Hold on.
And that worked.
Right. Tell me again.
Okay, so the negative of the battery board goes to the power supply.
The negative of the battery board to the power supply.
To the negative power supply.
Yeah, negative power supply,
okay,
battery board.
The positive of the battery board
into the 20 amp multimeter.
No, the positive of the battery board goes to the common.
Goes to the common, right.
And then you connect the positive to the 20 amp from the power supply.
Positive to the 20 amp from the power supply.
Yeah. And that worked for me.
Right. Positive to 20 amp. And then I'll get my test board. I'm on 4.2 amps. I just hope I haven't just destroyed my USB cable now. Okay. Now I'm not getting nothing. There we go.
All right, give it a few seconds. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, because
that's not working.
That's how I got it to work on my desktop meter. There's a couple different combinations you can try, and maybe it shouldn't matter, but it could be diodes and stuff.
Let me make sure on another board. Let me make 100% sure on another board.
Yeah, it could very well. There could be diodes in the meter that are preventing it. You can only go one way with the current. Like you may have to go swap those two that are in the meter right now, swap those around and try that. It could be that there's something like a diode or something for protection, that
Yeah.
doesn't allow it to flow one way. So
Okay,
you
so
just swap those two and then try it, and that would be the last option.
nope.
Is it drawing from the power supply?
Nothing drawing from the power supply at all.
And you're 100% sure your boot cable works, right?
Yeah, I can confirm that.
Okay, if the boot cable works, then
So if I put the boot cable in to the power supply, and then try and boot that. Unless something's happened to it last night, then yeah. Oh yeah, that's booting straight away.
okay. Yeah, it's got to be meter related then.
Yeah,
I just did it on two different. I just did it on two different meters. I could do it on a third one if you want.
No, it's fine. I'll buy another meter.
Yeah, get something that is less electrical and more electronic.
Yeah.
Like you want a 10 amp, you want a 10 amp max. You don't want a 20 amp max on your current.
Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. I'm just going to run to the toilet. All right.
Okay, so now that we got the interesting meter thing out of the way, we're going to move on to the switch, not the one that the BQ, the coil came off of, because we just fixed that with no commentary. So I'm going to shut down some of this stuff while Phil is out, and then we're going to do a Wi-Fi job. So I'm going to put this back into, I'm going to put it in continuity mode. Should be good. All right, so cables up here. But this is why I have cables that I have just for this stuff, for jumping meters and things. And, you know, like I said, there could be a protection diode in line a certain way that's preventing it from flowing. I get meters, or used to get meters for testing, because we used to buy so many at work. I used to get them, and we would get meters that were garbage, and, you know, I wouldn't even keep them, and they were so trash. But, you know, the ones that I have now, one was supposedly good. It is good. The one I was using in the beginning, the black one, it's a very, very good meter for electronics, and especially if you're doing videos and you want to show it on screen, it is a fantastic meter. It's got a simple oscilloscope on it, so you can do simple signal tracing, and read pulses and things like that. So it's not a bad meter. I believe they cost around $70 US. So it's not bad, but I don't care for it. I never cared for it. See if this is charge some stuff on us. Get ready for the stream today. All right. So if everybody was here for last Saturday's stream, I pulled a Wi-Fi IC off and wrecked the LCD connector. And that's what we're going to do now. And we're going to use the knowledge of what I just did to see what's going on with the unit. I'm going to try to actually map it with the meter. I don't know if the meter will actually map it out, but we are going to sure try to map it out. And let me grab that unit here. This is it. I believe this is it. Yep, this is it. Let me pull the band off of here. I'll attempt to take NAND off. Alright. So, we have pulled Wi-Fi. Let's take a look under the scope and we'll show you what kind of damage I did to the LCD connector pulling Wi-Fi. So if I put the scope up there like that, and you can actually see, I'll put it in the right way. You can see I lifted the connector. I already tried to sit the connector back down, but I think it's to the point where it's warped. So I'm just gonna pull the connector and put a new one on with leaded solder. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get that set up. I need my stick vise here. And I'm gonna put my legs on it, so I can raise it off the bench to pull that LCD connector. I'll also have to get the other scope in here because this scope won't go high enough, I don't believe, for me to do the LCD. All right, let's see if this actually goes high enough to focus. Oh yeah, it does. So I could technically do that. Okay, well let's actually try to lower that a little bit. Easier on the eyes. Okay, so there we go. Wow, your center is way not center for me. I need to be right there. No, I'm gonna have to move Phil. So I can see that connector. So I'll put him down there. And we're gonna pull this connector here. Chat is doing chat things. 11 viewers, a little low. 7 likes, thank you guys for the likes. Little low on views, I wonder if notifications didn't go out. Everyone can hear me okay? So.
Hello.
Hey, we're pulling this LCD connector off of this switch here. So.
Oh, nice.
The one for the Wi-Fi, because we're on that now. We done fixed the BQ. Okay. We fixed BQ, it works again. That was weird. Yeah. That was, you ever had that happen, Phil? Just a perfectly working switch and BQ just falls off?
Nope.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, it was something else.
Extraction.
Right. I'm just working on this. I'll build one of these.
Yeah, I'm just pulling this connector off and I'm going to put a new one on. Actually, I'm going to give it one more try to sit it down.
Is this the one that you did the Wi-Fi and then melted the connector, is it?
I didn't melt the connector, I lifted the connector.
Or floated the connector, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I messed the key up. I failed. Yeah, so I'm just basically building this switch up while you're working away. Yeah. And I'm watching, so I'll chime in if needed. If you need an expert opinion.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all can see this okay.
Well, I can see it, so it should be fine.
flux. Let's see if that did it. I don't think that did. I think I just made the metal soft. No, it's still up a little bit on that one side. I'm just trying to save myself the need to change this twice because I still have to put the Wi-Fi on there, but I want to see what it does in boot without the Wi-Fi on there, and I need the LCD to do that.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't turn on without the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, I gotta know.
I am almost.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it won't either. Yeah, maybe fine. We're gonna try it. Let this cool down here. So, how is everyone doing today? Oh, Chris got the notification. It's just weird. 13 viewers is low for me normally without Phil.
Yeah, that's very low.
Yeah. It's just.
I got the notification.
Yeah. I don't know. People are probably sick of the rabbit hole switches. Who knows?
Yeah.
What does it mean when it says playbacks?
That's how many times people have clicked on it.
Oh, that's 111.
Okay, so 111 people have clicked on it.
Yeah, that's weird. All right.
I need to get some. I need to order some B7000 from this.
I got plenty of that. That's still smoking hot.
So
doesn't look like I knocked anything in the back there.
I wonder if I can get something tomorrow off Amazon.
Amazon sells it. I get it from them.
Yeah, I usually get it myself. I did have some, but there we go. £6.59, £6.49. Oh no. I'm getting it for £6.60. No, I don't want that one. No, forget that. So I can get it cheap, but I need it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's always the thing.
£6.59 will have to be the one.
It's not bad.
I don't know if I've got to order that. Actually, I can get the 25mm for £6.59 tomorrow, or I can get the 110mm for £9.99 tomorrow.
See, I get the smaller ones. This is 50mm. Because it seems like it gums up the tip by the time it gets too old. So I just get a couple packs of they have like a 5-pack of the 50 mils, and then it
Yeah, that's the thing as well, is I don't use it that often because I don't
Yeah, I
tend
don't
to
use
do
it that
that.
often either. My wife uses it, so.
Actually, my sister might have some B6000 because she does nails. She does like people's nails,
Yeah.
fake nails and stuff. Um, so she might have some B6000. I think that's pretty much the same stuff. I think that would do the job.
My wife puts on her own nails, and
Yeah.
she uses a super glue that you use for machining. It's a
Okay.
very shockable super glue, but her
Yeah.
nails never pop off until she's ready to take them off, and all she does is shock them and they pop right off.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
designed
you must.
to it's designed to glue down a piece of metal so it can be
Yeah.
machined, and then you just tap it off with a hammer.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, it's shot. See, that's the thing with like super glues, and there's so many different types of super glue. There's crazy glue, and Gorilla super glue is technically not super glue because it doesn't
Yeah.
have a shock rating.
Yeah.
So it bonds and it doesn't shock. It's very bad. I cannot stand Gorilla glue.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't like glue myself.
but their super
Um,
glue is not technically super glue.
yeah.
Super glue crystallizes, and it is designed to be shock. It's designed to take a shock and break its bond, but not break its bond if there's no shock present. But they made a super glue that bonds, but it doesn't take a shock.
Because the Gorilla Super Glue, we just call it Gorilla Glue over here, and it's designed for holding up like mirrors and wall
Well,
paintings
no,
and stuff
that's
like that.
actual Gorilla Glue. That they actually make a super glue brand that is
Oh,
for, and they tailor it to like gluing like porcelain and things like that, and it is
oh
awful
yeah,
stuff.
I get you. Yeah.
It is awful stuff. I have like six
Oh,
bottles of it because I bought it
oh,
because of for my scale models,
yeah.
and it's awful. It ruined the scale model actually.
Well, I've just ruined this screen installation. Oh, damn it. It's because I need to bind it. I'll order some decent version. See, mine went off before I managed to use it again. I used it on the iPad mini last and it went off. I
Oh
could
yeah,
probably cut the tube and get some
that's
out,
the
but
last time you used it. That was a while back.
yeah, that was the last time I used it. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take this for now, just to keep it.
Yeah, this LCD connector just died the rest of the way.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so as long as I've got it confirmed as all working, I can just put it to one side and just say, yep, done. I've also got to do another one, which I'm doing a board swap for a viewer because he's got a dead CPU on his. So I offered him a board swap for 80 quid, which is a pretty good price.
It's not bad.
That's basically no labour, really.
Yeah, that's
It's pretty much no labour.
yeah. I get 95 US for a board, a working board.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the same. Yeah, so pretty much no
Yeah.
labour.
So I'm gonna do the same trick that I did for. Well, I don't have to because I have it on the screen today. All right, so we're gonna plug this into my power supply, and we're
You
going
have it on the
to
screen, but that's because
yeah,
you're
we're
an
going
admin.
on the screen right now. Boom. So it's set for 4.2 volts. We're gonna turn it on, and we're going to connect it. Connect it up.
You shouldn't have that
John.
on the screen. You're not a real technician, so.
Yeah, I know. So I get no display, which is going to be normal because the connector broke the rest of the way. So, but it does boot.
It does boot.
Yeah, look at it. It's booting.
Press your power button. No, it doesn't.
It boots to 350.
Yeah, that's not all the way though.
Which this is what this did before when it was second boot logo. Remember, this is the one, and it died at 352. So it could not even be Wi-Fi. This could be just another outtake of the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Ah, well, that's interesting. So is that one of your switches, or is that a customer?
No, this is a customer that's asked me to, if I in my spare time, to go down the rabbit hole.
And
I agreed to do it. You know, he said use it for experiments to try to learn stuff. So
yeah. Oh well, that's fair enough.
yeah, I offered. You know, I said, you know, it's going to be a no fix because it, you know, I did all the most common things, and you know, I wasn't gonna be willing to sit there and put more time in it, and then you know, we worked out an arrangement. So
yeah, I mean, as long as you're happy with doing that.
Yeah, you know, but you know, I told him, you know, I don't mind going down a rabbit hole in my spare time, but I can't, you know, do it every day, all day. You know, I have other things I got to do.
Well, so makes sense.
I work on. I told him I had to work on it a couple hours a week, so which is what I do on this stream here.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah. So
well, for some reason I didn't put this LCD connector in the way I usually do.
So I got to get rid of that connector on there.
I'm not removing forward. I can never get the. I don't know if you can see how much I'm actually struggling. I can't get these LCD connectors.
I can't get them in like that either.
Like this, it's.
That's not a you thing. That's hard. It's difficult to do.
Yeah, it's weird because it's not meant to be put in the way that I put it in. It's just that's just the method that I developed for me because I found it was the best way.
Yeah, I was having tons of difficulty getting them in, and then you showed me that way of doing it. And
yeah, I'm gonna have to take this board back out and do it the normal way. I don't want to damage. I think that's how people damage the LCD connectors. To be honest, is doing it the way that it's designed to be done. Because obviously, in the factory, they do it in the factory with a robot.
Yeah.
Which is precision every single time. So, you know, they can get it precise, whereas human error, accounting for human error and things like that. So let me just make sure this is actually going to do it.
All right, so we're going to put a Wi-Fi IC on here first, and then we're going to.
I probably wouldn't put a Wi-Fi IC on it. I'd just leave it as it is.
What do you mean?
I'd be dumping it by now.
Oh yeah, but you know, I don't mind going down the rabbit hole if I can do it at my own pace. I'm curious to see why this does this. It's peak. You know me, I can't let things go.
That's got a backlight, so I'm assuming it's working.
I mean, the queue comes first, and this is not. This isn't even technically in the queue. It's work done. Rabbit Hole Saturday.
Rabbit Hole Saturday.
Yeah, that's what today is.
See, I don't get that kind of time, so
yeah.
It's all right for you. You know, you get that kind of time free, but.
Well, I don't do business work on the weekends, so yeah. I don't do.
See, my brother-in-law actually said to me earlier, like, I thought you don't work weekends. I was like, yeah, I've got too much to do this week. Like, I'm not working tomorrow.
I mean, everybody's still asleep, so what am I gonna do, right?
Yeah.
How much amps does a switch battery have? I think it's 1,300.
Yeah.
4,310. My bad. Milliamps, 4.3 amps.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Yeah, I don't know where I got 1,300.
So is it 4.3 amp hours?
Yeah, 4.3. Yeah.
Yeah. and it uses what 800 milliamps at full load each.
Yeah, between 6 and 8.
So you
Probably
get
a little
what?
bit more gaming. Like, I haven't actually gamed with the power supply yet.
Oh yeah, it uses maximum 1.1 to 1.2 amps.
Really? It does go up to that high of a draw.
Yeah.
Well, that would explain the 4 hours of gameplay. Because if you play for 4 hours and it dies, so that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So,
yeah, when we went to London, one of the kids took the Switch, and by the time we got there, it was dead from full charge, and it took just over 3 hours to get there.
I could definitely see that. You know, you can change your brightness and your resolutions on the screen. And,
yeah, you can improve it, but it doesn't improve it by much. Like the benefits of changing the brightness and stuff, it doesn't add up if you know what I mean, for the amount of extra gameplay you actually get on it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I mean, you get what 15-20 minutes of extra gameplay, but then you know you got to deal with the lower brightness and straining your eyes more and stuff. So
yeah,
the cons outweigh the pros on that for definite. Right, so I've got the LCD finally. I did struggle to get the LCD now. I'm wondering if it maybe needs a clean.
Yeah, you know what? I am gonna call this dead because it boot looped without. You know, I'm not. This is week 4 of this thing, and I have some other ones I want to get started on, and I can't look at this thing anymore. It's had the CPU reflowed, it has the RAM reflowed, it's had M92, it's had BQ, P13, Max IC reflows, Wi-Fi.
I still think it's NAND. I think someone's tried to reflow NAND on that.
Yeah, but the NAND reads fine. It initializes in a different switch.
Yes, but is it capable of reading the entire partition? That's the thing. Have you done a full partition check?
Yeah, I mean, I believe, you know, I'm not 100%. So I'm not 100% on the ins and outs of reading and initializing a NAND from a different switch and an unpatched switch. I'm still learning that technology, but from what I researched and the test I ran, it said the NAND was good and it was fine.
So there's the thing, it could read as good, but then it could have one certain partition which it's looking for, which isn't initializing. Because the NAND's not. The NAND, if you were to plug that into a, because Nintendo Switch, it's based on Android, right?
Oh, I'm not aware of any of.
I believe it's based on a flavor of
I believe that eMMC is an Android chip they use in their phones.
But they do use eMMCs in Android, but they're not primarily an Android technology. They are used in other things. But that being said, if it's based on a flavor of Android, there's going to be more than one partition. It's going to have like 10 partitions, and all it needs is for one of those partitions to be corrupt. That is it.
Yeah, we're going to work on this PSP that I think is an easy fix. That way I have a win, and then I can edit the stream into a video.
Make it look like you're a genius, yeah?
Yeah. So this is the first PSP video on the channel of me taking it apart. It's missing a mid-frame. It's missing Wi-Fi. It's missing a whole bunch of stuff. But the board could be used in a different housing, and it seems to be a pretty simple fix. I got the new LCD test screen in, so I can actually work on that. So I'm going to get the power boards out, the power ribbon.
Is this the one you was referring to the other day about the
fuse?
Fuse, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to get this cable here. This is the power. You don't need a battery to power these. I found that out. Yeah, surprisingly, which was great because, you know.
It means you can test it.
So we're going to go over what the symptoms of this are. So if I grab my power supply cable, again, here, is it still on the screen? Maybe. No, it's not. We will put it back on the screen. So if I plug this into here, this into here, and I come up and I put this on the screen, and I plug in this PSP right here. I'm saying switch now. If I plug in this PSP and I boot it up, turn on the power supply, and you see I got no current draw. If I boot it up here, okay, this literally worked earlier. What is going on? Oh, that would explain it. 5 volts. Okay, one more time. There we go.
How many volts?
So
How many volts does it need?
5.
Oh.
3.6 from the battery, 5 from the charger port. So this boots up, and you can see it's drawing. You can see the current draw there on the screen in red. The moving number, it's 350. So that's the boot cycle of this. It's reading the UMD drive, so it's going to pull a little bit more current. And then it's fully booted now. So it fully boots and holds around 320 milliamps. So that's what the goal is, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this one off. And then we're going to check this one. Now I confirmed it in a video that's coming out Monday, that you can test these for booting without the thing assembled. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to take the, not that power board. I'm going to take a good power board that has a switch on it. We'll fix that power board here shortly. So we're going to take a good working power board, and we're going to plug in our ribbon here. These ribbons can be a little bit tricky. So it goes like this. I'll plug this in like this. You think switch ribbon cables are finicky and easily damaged. The stuff from these 2005 units, these things are fragile. You got to be so careful.
I've never taken one apart, to be fair.
I mean, you got to imagine, you know, the technology changed so much since 2005. So you got to be really careful. The latches come off. These connectors, I would say impossible to change because of all the plastic that's around them, and you really can't heat it from the underside. Soldering it on from the top would be, I don't know, might be a good challenge to try to do it on a bad one. But, so now I'm going to take my power cable here. I'm going to plug this in like so. Right way. Yep. Plug that in there. I'm going to hook up my power supply. It's supplying 5 volts. And if I flip the on switch, I get no light and no current draw. So hold it. I'm not getting any current being drawn. So it's a no power PSP, which is fine. You know, I've already figured the problem out on this, and we're going to use an Xbox, hopefully, to fix it. Phil found this component for me since I found his other component.
Yeah, fair. Eye for an eye and all of that.
Yeah, exactly. So if I come over here to this section here, right here, and put on the scope.
You know what I've just thought?
What?
When you're turning this into a video, you do know you've got me on the side.
Yeah. Well, I got 4 of these to fix, so. It's fine. This is a fuse, so I'm not really worried about it. So we're going to test the fuse real quick. Because I know it's bad.
Yeah, you've already confirmed it, but we just need to. Yeah, we just need to confirm it.
Because we got the meter on the screen now. We're going to use it. We're going to use it. People are going to be, oh, man, Phil's freaking covering it. Come on, Phil.
Ha.
Do your job. Ha. You got one job to not get in the way. Okay, so we got the meter on the screen. It's open line right now. If I touch these 2 points together, it's going to beep and still say open because I didn't.
Hey.
When you minimize the software, it nice fix.
Well, I built this, but yeah.
Yeah, well, same difference. Okay, so it's reading. Is it reading right? Yeah, so it's reading right. So it's open. I come over here to this fuse, which looks a little crusty. You know, if I say so myself there, and I try to measure this, no beep.
Why is that only drawing 180 milliamps?
That's weird. So this fuse is dead here. So this is an inline fuse. I was going to bridge it with a 0 ohm link, but Phil suggested that I get an Xbox board, Xbox original, and come down here by the Ethernet port. I can get this on the screen, back out a little bit. And right here is a fuse. Right there. There is a fuse right there with the square on it.
XIJ 700310. Is that exploitable?
What's the first three?
7003.
No, the XAJ. I don't know. Is XAJ one?
I think it is. You know what? I'm probably just going to leave it in there. I think I've got more than one board with exploitable switches anyway. Right, well that seems to be working. I just need to make sure it actually bumps up to 85% and doesn't backfeed.
What is it? XAJ? Is that what you said?
7003.
7003?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unpatched.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, that's actually literally unpatched. At 7004 is the patch when the patch started.
Yeah, so I'll leave it like it is for now because I mean it's a working switch because I need to build up 2 switches. So I'll leave that one as it is for now, and if I can't find another working board, then I'll just give this one. Because the only other working boards I've got a working board, but it's got 112 games on it. I don't want to get rid of that. So,
oh yeah, that one's good. I like that one. So here's the fuse I'm going to use. It's good. It beeps across it, and if I show you this right here.
That's off an Xbox One original board, boys.
Yeah, so they look about the same size.
Yeah.
Right there. So I'm going to pull this Xbox One off.
But if the one off the Xbox One is bigger, all you've got to do is scrape away a little bit of the trace on it.
It'll work. We'll make it work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get this off of here after I reorient it.
What does that 0 mean on that fuse? What does it actually mean? Does it mean zero ohm link or?
It's normally a like this one. It's signifying it's just a fuse marker. They have different things. Like this one has TD on it. It depends. I believe it identifies the manufacturer of the fuse. I don't believe it tells you any information.
Got ya.
But they do it so you don't think it's a resistor.
Ah.
So you can spot it, basically.
That makes sense.
You gotta see that, yeah.
Right, well there's one switch anyway. That's built up and confirmed as working. So I've got one done. So
how many you got to do?
2.
Why? I thought it was only 1.
I've got to replace one for a customer that went missing, and I've got to replace one to sell. to a customer as well.
So I'm going to
basically
use
just
the
got to
hot
build up
tweezers
converting
and I'm going
switch.
to use hot air. Just so I can burn myself.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Got it off. Stuck the hot air inside the port, but that was fun. So we got our fuse here. We're going to put it over here. I sometimes forget the tweezers are hot and you shouldn't keep holding on to the component. So we're going to get the Xbox board out of here. And we're going to come over here to our impossible to hold board, because there's a little micro switch on the underside of this that is damaged really easy, and it looks like something I would never want to change ever.
Nice.
Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. This board is a lot thinner, so it should just pop this right off of there. Well, oh, no, it's not going to want to do it. Need to add a little hot air to it. Next to that connector, that's going to be nice. I don't have another, no, I'm not doing that. I don't have another one of those connectors.
Alright, well, here's another switch inside the housing. Whether this one works, I don't know. So I'm going to confirm. Oh, this one needs.
Got it.
Needs a
sweet.
Needs a left Joy-Con connector.
Just going to continue with the hot tweezers, add a little bit of flux.
So this needs a left Joy-Con connector. I don't think it is. Yes, it is. It's got backlights. It's got no display. Oh, you suck. Well.
Alright, so we got the new fuse there. Clean off my tweezers. Use the hot tweezers for that because I can. Let me find that other fuse. Here it is. And we're going to get it under here, and it looks like we're going to be good to go on size. So it looks like it's the right size.
How about this one? What does this one do?
Yeah, it's the right size.
This one looks like it boots.
Alright, that's that. So we got the fuse on there. Let's check to confirm that it will wait for the board to cool down. Then we'll confirm that the fuse is still good. We're waiting for that. Clean off my tweezers. And we'll clean the board a little bit. See, even, you know, with these PSPs, the more I look at them, you know, I haven't worked on these before. This is, you know, new territory for me. These are a project for me and my son. You know, for a retro portable console that doesn't need internet, should be good to go. But just looking around these, I think, you know, hot tweezers, because there's so many plastic connectors next to components that are going to fail.
Yeah.
And using hot air, you know, if you could get the connectors, then it would be one thing. But I had a hard time finding the parts that I did find. If you guys watched the goodies video, I showed you all the parts. That was basically it parts-wise. I found a couple more in the UK, like the Wi-Fi and the antenna, but they want like $25 each item to ship it, and I'm not willing to pay that.
But I could always order them all for you.
Yeah, I already sent you the link, so if you ever do that, that's fine. I'll just send you the. Well,
yeah, I'll as soon as I get a bit of spare cash.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive. What was it, like £17?
No, it's like it's like £17, something like that.
Okay, so now that we have that, we should be able to plug this stuff back in and see a boot signature. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in theory, that's what we should see.
In theory.
I mean, the fuse was bad, so you would think that would fix it.
So yeah, basically, I'll order them Monday for you then.
Yeah, just let me know if you need me to PayPal you or whatever. So
Yeah, no
we
worries.
got this in there. We're gonna turn it on, and we're gonna flip the switch. Oh no, the light's not on. It's drawing 30 milliamps.
Well, don't you feel sick?
Oh, the fuse was definitely bad though.
But why did the fuse go bad?
Yeah, exactly. Got no light on the power board, which is odd in its own right. So it's still drawing 30 milliamps. What does it draw if I just turn it on? 30 milliamps, so it's not booting at all. Okay, so let's diagnose this thing some more. I mean, I'm diagnosing a $17 board, but why not?
It's all in the
I know that power board works because I used it on a different unit. Let's take a look around and see where this power goes. So I don't do a lot of live diagnostics, but we're going to do it now. I am concerned about that micro switch. So I'm going to try to put this in a board holder so I don't damage it. Not that one.
Right. Well, hopefully my background noise doesn't come through too much on your stream.
I think you're fine. Well, that micro switch is just in a horrid location. I'm just gonna have to. Okay, I got it locked down now. Let's focus it. So
I'm gonna go to my local bake shop once I'm finished here as well.
Bake shop, like?
No, baked, as in for fishing.
Oh, bait shop. Okay, get some bread or something. All right, let's just check this fuse to make sure the heat didn't kill it. I hope the fuse is good. So. All right, so we have power that comes in here.
So try and follow. If you've got power going in, try and follow the power.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Okay, so.
Because that board should be easy to read the traces on, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I believe it's only it's got a single middle layer and then it's just two-sided. Yeah. So we have our power board here. That plugs in here. This is power and a bunch of buttons. So we have all these filters. So let's start by testing the filters. So, seriously? These aren't filters. Don't these look like filters?
No, they're probably capacitors.
These right here, they look a little filtery to me. Yeah, they're reading like capacitors.
I would say they're capacitors, to be honest. Right, I need.
Okay, so these are inline package resistors. So, oh, these, okay, I'm going to talk stupid. These may not be inline package resistors. I'm not getting a...
Time to put a Lego connector on.
So, yeah, they're capacitors. One side's connected to ground. None of them are shorted.
While I'm doing the Lego connector, I might as well do the Joy-Con connector as well. It's right next to it.
So I'm just going to buzz these capacitors right here and make sure none of those are short. But this is our main power and input section here. It's a little bit on the back side of the board, but let's go to resistance mode. And the meter wasn't even on the screen the whole time. I'm going to go ahead and go to resistance. And oh, the meter is on the screen, it just says overload. Alright, so this should give me 0. Yeah, so let's check these resistors here. 7K. Okay. Now I have a known good board if I get any kind of anomaly reading. Okay, so let's check this out.
Ouch, that's hot.
Alright. Okay, so what it appears is this is a common leg for these resistors here. So these are about 300, 200K. These are all about 200K inline resistor packages. Between 100 and 200K. Some of them could loop through and you know, you could have 200Ks looping and giving you 200K, or you could have 200Ks paralleled to give you 50K. So, but this appears to be a common, and yeah, they don't appear to be 100K across. That's a dead short between them. Okay, these are all connected to the same point. So, is that ground? Oh. So, throw capacitor to ground. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, it could be inputs, pull-up resistor inputs for the buttons, because this does control all the button presses. Let's see here. I can hold this in here. See, people ask for this diagnostic part, and turns out it's boring to watch anyways. It's not, I enjoy doing it, but I lost my chat. Oh, Kaiser, hello. No, 2 amps is fine to boot the switch.
Should be running.
Yeah, Kaiser's saying that is that 2 amps isn't enough to boot the switch, but it does. It boots it fine.
2 amps is more than enough. 2 amps is twice as much.
Yeah, for the battery, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I was trying to use it through the USB-C port on 5 volts, yeah, then maybe I would want to bump it up a little bit. But
no,
2
it
amps
still
is
wouldn't
fine.
take the long.
All right, so looks like we got some power circuitry on this side of the board here.
Trust me, the switch can't handle 2 amps.
Not from the battery. That battery would not like that.
It can't handle 2 amps from the USB-C.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, the fuse would blow.
1.2 amps maximum.
Yeah.
Anything more, and you're in trouble.
All right, so this just seriously came out of there. Okay, so if we look right here, zoom out. Okay, so you can see that there. So if I check this resistor right here,
That was hot. That was very, very hot.
reading 69 megohms across this 100 ohm resistor. Now, R100 yeah, that should be a 1 ohm resistor. And I'm getting megohms across it.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad for sure.
Now I'm getting a dead short about across it. So I'm getting 0.1 ohms, which is right. Because it's R100, so that's 0.1. That's the current sense resistor for this battery charging circuit. Now this is your battery charging circuitry here. You have we'll go over this because
that's very similar to the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's very common, but this has something the Switch doesn't have. This has a protection diode on it for the battery charging circuit. The Switch doesn't use that setup. It doesn't use a protection diode on the input power.
If you was to break the line, you could probably add one.
What do you mean break the line?
So if you broke it, is that on the battery side? Is it?
The battery and the power side are the same. The battery is stepped up to working voltage, and the power is routed and charges the battery.
If you cut a couple of lines in the circuit, you could probably add a diode to the switch.
Oh yeah, definitely on that. Now, I'm looking for anything that looks not pretty. I don't remember if I checked that fuse after I applied power to it to see if it blew again.
I need to unplug a second while I can put this board in the ultrasonic. Just need to take off the headphones and monitor.
These things are really impossible to hold. So we're just going to check this again. Yeah, that's good. I did check it. Right. So this is our inputs. This is all our inputs here. There's also inputs through this area here. You'll see some more of these network inline resistors. They're probably pull-ups. This is a Wi-Fi switch. We got a battery here that could be an issue. Not sure. Let's go back up here to this power circuit. Okay, so
Right, I'll be back in a second. I'm just gonna pop and grab a coffee. Or I might
it's
do
fine.
this
Take your time. Okay, so we got this back under here. Let's go ahead and pop over to diode mode. Hello, RB King, Kaz. Hello. Tiago, hello. Lee. I'm sorry, I had a different screen on, so I'm sorry if I missed saying hello in chat. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm still only 11 viewers. Whenever YouTube's messing up. Okay, so let's go up here to diode mode. So I'm going to go to diode mode, and I'm just going to do some readings here. I'm going to turn the beep off because it'll beep just at all times. So I'm going to check this diode this way here. So if I look and I see that this is one side of the diode and this is the other side of the diode, I get 1.2 volts dropped across it. I reverse my probes. Okay. I'm getting 0.1, so that's not how a diode should read. A diode should read one way, but not the other way. So, let me just double check, confirm that. This is reading, everybody see that? Yep. So it's reading 0.1 voltage drops one way. It's reading 1.2 the other way. So I think we may have a bad diode. Only way to know that for sure is to pull it out of the circuit. And I'm pretty sure I don't have diodes, but I could probably find one on a board. Seeing how the unit, when it's powered on and working, doesn't even draw an amp. A 1 amp diode would be satisfactory. 1 amp rated diode there, the right size. So let's see if we can get this diode off of here. It's going to be tricky. Hot tweezers will just fit in there. I am going to add a little bit of flux. Here. And Phil takes forever on his coffees, huh? How many times have I got up for coffee? God. That's why I have children, to get that stuff for me. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. I don't even know what Donovan is doing. He woke up. I was up at like 2 in the morning playing Minecraft. And he woke up at like 3. He's like, I can't sleep. I want to talk about the server. And he sat there and he played. So I'm sure he's going to fall asleep. I told him to go back to sleep like 50 times. He wasn't having it. So I've been big into the new update of Minecraft. And I play on the Nintendo Switch. I play on the Nintendo Switch and it's a little laggy. And right now we use a single player world that he just joins and do. But what I want to do is, he's doing online school now. So I want to set up a server for about 10 people and have it so that he can play with his friends on his own server. So he's excited about that, and we're going to kind of do it in an interesting way. So there we go. All right, the diode's off. Let's set it down there. All right. Glenn, hello. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Phil is here. He's just getting a coffee as usual. So, I'm just going to clean off that board where I pulled that diode. Now, was it the diode that's bad? Or is it something that is making the diode look bad? These are all valid options because it could be that capacitor making that diode look bad. Could very well be that. But we are going to, that's why I didn't throw that diode away. I got it sitting right there and we're going to test it. I like to work clean, so I clean up the board when I do that so that it is good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a different fixture. And I'm going to place the diode on there. So I'm going to come in here, and there's our diode right there. So I'm going to clean it off a little bit. So mainly I want to see that line, where that is. Oh, a little tip that I should let you guys know. When I pulled this off of this board, I didn't mark which way the line went on the board. And I should have done that. That's bad for me to show you that I didn't do that. So I'm going to take my permanent marker here. I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to mark it there, along with taking a scribe and just mark it right here. And I know that the line of the diode is that way. Not enough to go through the board, but just enough not to come off when I clean it. All right, back to the diode. I'm all over the place today, guys. I'm sorry. Just want to give out good and accurate information. So I'm going to come in here with my meter. It's on the screen. Is it working? Yeah. So I'm getting 100 or 113 millivolts drop that way, and I'm getting open line that way. So I'm assuming something else is going to be bad on the board. So this diode is good. We will put it in our components to put back on at a later date. I'm not going to put it back on now because I want to find the source of the bad problem. So I normally don't recommend taking off a bunch of components, but if I put the diode back on, it's gonna be mess up my testing process. I have a method of doing it. So back in here. I'll lock this in this holder again. They're alright holders, but not huge fan. Alright, so I want to get an auto-focusing camera so bad. Alright. So let's see if we have a short on this diode. So I'm going to find ground. I'm going to put my red probe on it. So I'm still in diode mode. So that should be ground right there, and then one of these. Nope. That's ground. So this is the ground side right here. Okay, so that's not shorted to ground. This is IC shorted to ground. Is this capacitor? Nope. Oh. Alright, come over here and check these guys. Now what I'm doing, I'm checking for voltage drop to ground to see if they're shorted. Could do this in continuity mode, could do it into diode mode. This shows me it's ground because it's 0 voltage drop. This is going through some components and dropping, 0.4 volts there. So if I come over here as ground, dropping 100 millivolts, 100 millivolts, they're in parallel ground. This looks like a coil. It should be 0 across this. So I'm assuming that that's a coil. So that's a coil for sure. There it goes. So that's good. Is it this way that it reads? This way?
Oh, you suck. I was hoping you'd be gone by now.
No, man, I'm trying to figure out what this is and if it's a coil, how to test it. Okay, I take that back. I know how to test the coil. I'm looking for the freaking pads of the coil. Yeah, I see a remnant of a pad there and a little bit of pad there. So let me see if I can jab it.
Sorry, I had a household emergency.
Okay, that coil's good. So what happened there, Phil? Is everything okay?
Yeah, Cody's now dead because he keeps salt in the sugar container, so I killed him.
No, okay, well that's good. I'm glad you did it on my stream.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I'm accomplice. Were you here for the diode?
When you mentioned the diode, it was.
Okay, I read the diode. It read 0.1 one side one way. I flipped the leads and then it read 1.2. So it was reading both ways. Thought it was bad. Pulled it. Not bad. Now caught up. So I'm saving it to put back on later. None of these capacitors on this power line are short. So I'm fixing to follow the power. So
I had to go in my fishing bag and get some emergency sugar out of my fishing bag.
What do you need sugar for?
For my coffee.
God, you're weird.
I don't have milk, so I'm gonna sweeten it somehow.
Yeah, I put a little bit of milk in mine just to cool it down. All right. So I'm gonna plug this board in, and we're gonna see if we can follow the power from where it's in to. I'm assuming it's gonna go to some kind of switching. I'm hoping I can find that and short it to ground and always leave it on. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come in here and. Well, I know the fuse is good, so I'm going to continue over
here. That's on 2 new connectors.
Hey, listen, guys. I want to reiterate. I know this isn't worth fixing. This is for me and my son, so we're fixing it for fun.
Doesn't matter if you do it for fun. Oh, look, they're beautiful. Board looks like it's been in the ultrasonic.
Alright, so we're going to see if we can follow this power. Normally I would do a lower power or use my signal generator, but that doesn't hook up to the screen, so we're just going to turn this on. And it's drawing 30 milliamps, so could have power in some locations. So I'm going to turn my meter to VEC. Almost confused me. I'm going to go to DC voltage. Yes, this is a PSP. It's a PSP 1000. Yep, definitely down the rabbit hole. I went from Switch rabbit hole to PSP rabbit hole. Because
it's rabbit hole Saturday.
I hate life. It's rabbit hole Saturday. So, once everybody gets up, then I'm out. But until then, I'll screw with this. So I'm gonna come
What
up
time is
here.
it? What time is it there?
9:19.
Oh wow, and people are still not up.
Well, Donovan's up, but he was up super early playing Minecraft, which I need to talk to you about this after the stream on the video call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you about something. So if I come up here and I touch this coil, actually touch ground. Touch this coil. Do I have anything?
I like Lewis Rossman's rendition of what a coil does.
So I got 5 volts, 6 volts, 0.8, 2 volts. So it's switching the voltage.
Okay.
You watching the screen?
I can see it, yeah.
Why is it going to 8 volts though? What the hell is 8 volts?
What's 8 volts?
What the hell is 8 volts?
Something's not right there. That shouldn't need 8 volts.
No, I can't get it to do anything.
Maybe for the backlight it would need 8 volts.
No, I would think that'd be a different coil. Yeah, why would it pulsate?
Yeah, that don't make any sense. That don't make no sense.
No, I'm not getting anything on it. Let's check this coil here. Which is this cap? Nothing. Do we have anything on the voltage pins? It's ground.
Oh wow, why is my
5 volts there?
what the? My Hacko's not working at all.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, never mind. The cable pulled it. Never mind. Panic over. I was just thinking, then what the fuck? Oh, sorry,
Okay.
you don't swear on your screen.
Now, I'm going to give you guys a pro tip here, okay? I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the ground, okay? So, let me take this off of here. And I was talking about using custom cables and stuff for meters, and here's the cable that I'm using now. So it has 2 banana jacks that plug into my power supply, and they're stackable. And then it goes to this DC jack that plugs into the PSP. Now what I need to do is I need to probe for voltages, but I need a ground. And I can take ground from my cable. The reason I use stackable cables is so I can steal grounds and only have one probe.
That makes sense.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhook my black probe, which I don't have to because it has an adapter on it. And I'm going to plug it into the back of my ground on my power supply. So now I have a permanent ground. So now all I need to do is probe for the red.
You can technically have like 3 or 4 grounds on one.
Yeah, if I keep stacking them, yeah.
So
So now I have my ground going directly into my meter. The reason I use these cables that I can pull these off is for this purpose. Specifically, it works really great when you're using the generator, the oscilloscope, and the meter all at the same time, because then you can just stack everything and you just have the one probe to look for things. So I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to hook this back up. Turn it back on. And I'm going to come in here with my just my red probe here. And I'm going to check this again. So now I'm getting millivolts. I'm not getting anything on that coil now.
Millivolts will just be what he's picking up out the air, right?
What am I getting on this resistor? It's the same coil. So, okay, I got 3.5 volts on this coil, so that is going to be battery charge, I believe. So that's this coil here, you guys can see that. So I got 3.5 volts there. If I come down to this coil over here, which is on this capacitor, not getting any voltage there. Okay, so
Oh wow, you guys can't even see my screen.
And on this side of the diodes here. Okay, so I'm getting 5 volts on this side of the diode. So that diode may need to be in place for this to work. I was hoping I could just probe for some power. So I'm going to put that diode back on. Hoping for like an easy shorted cap or something. I'm going to take a little bit of flux here. Now, when I'm troubleshooting, I don't generally use my fume extractor because I'm not doing a lot of intense soldering. And I normally just exhale.
I've left mine off because it's probably going to affect your stream, so I've left mine turned off. What I tend to do is I tend to
that's
hold
a huge
my breath,
ground pad.
hold my breath, solder, exhale, and then do it again. Like,
yeah, that's basically what I do. Now, is this the second switch you're building, Phil?
yeah. So this one I've got to change. Well, I've just put a new SD card connector and a new Joy-Con connector on it. I need to go and get my chest x-rayed as well, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a little bit of cough. I have a nasty cough, but that's just from repeated lung damage.
It's more of a wheeze, but I'll be honest, it's concerning lately. Because it's been like for about 4 or 5 weeks now. So it's starting to concern me.
I don't hear you much when you're on stream coughing.
I do grunt a lot. But if you listen really carefully when there's no background noise, there's a lot of wheeze on my chest.
Yeah, I think I have that too. I'm not sure.
I think it's a soldering fumes, but you know, I need to get it checked anyway, just in case.
Yeah, you know, I'll get it checked. I got enough issues with doctors.
I know it sounds daft, but that's one of the things my granddad passed away from.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
Yeah, it was lung cancer and bowel cancer my granddad had. Cancer runs in my family, so I probably will get it, I'll be honest.
Yeah, my granddad died of brain cancer. And,
oh wow, that's probably the worst.
You know, I get the headaches real bad, and that concerned me.
I was actually born with a tumour, but it was benign.
That's good. And you died and the tumor lived? Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, that sounds about right. They took the lung piece out. No, they actually said no. There's no point in operating because it's benign. It will never come to life. So.
Well, that's good, yeah. I guess.
They claim it will never come to life, but that was back in like 1988. So, but I've had scans since. I've had ultrasounds and CT scans and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't mind ultrasounds and CTs. It's the MRIs that kill me.
Yeah, it's keeping still. That's the problem.
Yeah, because holding still, it's like the pain builds up and you just.
Yeah. See, I've had an ultrasound on my throat because I've got a slight lump in my throat. I actually found that while I was in prison. They've got a name for it. It's non-cancerous, but they've got a name for it. And they said it'll never grow. It'll never change size. It's just there. There's no point in taking that out because there's a risk of damaging the throat and all of that sort of stuff. So I've got that. I had an MRI for my neck. I think it was an MRI for my neck when 2 years after I had the car accident. It took them that long. See, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing about. I mean, people complain all the time in America about it's private healthcare, it's all privatised and stuff like that, and we've all got it in the public sector with the NHS.
Yeah.
But you get things done a lot quicker when you flash the cash.
Yeah, when you got the
Things
money.
have done. Yeah, but you get health insurance as well, though, right? So.
Well, you have to pay for that.
Yeah, you have to pay for health insurance, but at the same time,
With me being on disability, I have the Medicare, and that that gets paid. My
yeah.
premiums are my taxes,
I mean, it
and I
would be
have
good to
premiums
get.
that I pay, but it only covers 80% of anything.
Yeah,
The
so it would be
20%
good to
I'm
get.
reliable for.
It would be good for you guys to get free healthcare, but like, I don't believe that anyone should be refused medical help just because they haven't got
Listen,
insurance or
I don't want to cut you off mid thing. I don't want to have a healthcare debate on my channel. I don't want to
I suppose
start
it is a
that.
bit.
It's a
Yeah, it
very
is a bit
hot-butted
controversial.
issue here. I try to keep politics and all that stuff out of the channel because it gets nasty, and I'm not into that.
It does get a bit heated, I suppose.
Okay, so now I got that diode back on. It's cooled down enough for me to plug this back in and check some more voltages. Turn on the power supply. Drawing that 30 milliamps again. Let's check this coil. You can see.
We can see.
That's weird. That coil's not showing that reading anymore.
That's odd.
That is odd.
Maybe it was just while the diode wasn't there.
No, I checked it again after the diode, why the diode was gone. So I got 5 volts at one side of the diode. Got no volts at the other side, but that seems right.
Yeah, so obviously the purpose of the diode is to only allow current to pass one way. See, that's what I would like about. Actually, I've got an interesting switch I could look at on stream.
So I got 3.5 on that coil. And again, this is me not, the power button's not even hooked up. This is me just probing standby power. So I'm not even sure if these coils, but that thing spiked at 8 volts and it bounced around. So it makes me think that, I don't know, it's very strange.
That was very odd.
I want to check this fuse again.
Is anyone paying attention? Are you paying attention to chat?
Oh, why?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Diego says you should be able to get the schematics for the PSP. That would be pretty cool.
I would imagine you probably could.
I haven't. I've been looking for information on these, and all I ever find is teardown videos and things like that.
Yeah, see, I'm hoping they're going to repair stuff past this because, I mean, we've got
micro repairs.
We've got some of it in the UK, but it's not any good.
I mean, it's an extremely old console, and I don't think Sony cares.
Oh, they care.
Okay, the fuse is good. I'm getting 5 volts at the other side of the fuse.
They care. They don't want you to fix the PSPs because they want to drain them out, don't they? They had a lot of backlash.
Well, they don't. Well, that's the thing. They don't support them anymore, so you can kind of do what the hell you want with it.
Well, they don't support them anymore, but they want to phase them out so as they can get people to buy the newer consoles.
Yeah, but they don't have handhelds.
They don't have handhelds now, but they are still supporting the PS.
No, the Vita's no longer supported.
Is that no longer supported as well?
Nope, that's why you can custom firmware any version now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can even connect it to the PSN and you won't get affected.
Ah.
Like my son's been playing like Killzone, a couple different games that he actually finds people that are online playing on the Vitas and gets into matches, which is crazy. And it's crazy people still playing that.
Oh, people love the retro scene. It's a massive
but
scene.
With this, we get hurricanes, power outages. The battery's easily swapped. You can run it off a power bank. You can put tons of ROMs on it. You can get your ROMs legally.
It's nice to have because, like you said, you get a lot of hurricanes over there, and it's nice to have something. I assume you get hurricanes every single year where you lose power.
Not every year, but when we do get them, it's bad and it's weeks without power. But you
That's
know, a switch lasts 4 hours, and that's
Yeah.
not awesome for. Paid
See-
schematics are available. It's $60 or $70 for 1
Oh wow,
year.
that's
There's no
not
way
worth
I
it.
would. There's no way I would buy a schematic for $70 and only get it for a year.
No, definitely not.
I could buy a
That's-
working board for $14 or $17, and
Yeah.
I have 2 working boards. I just wanted to mess with this to see if I was smarter than the PSP. So far, I'm not.
Wow, this still come out.
And
Still
Phil
not
was supposed to
working.
fix it remotely, and he just slacked and couldn't even get his meter to work. So, it is very
Wow.
interesting, but
This Joy-Con still isn't working.
I'm gonna call it here. It's 9:30. You know, another 2.5 hour stream. But I need to talk to you after the stream ends, Phil.
Yeah, cool. I'll keep on. I'll stay on like.
All right, guys. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for watching. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, share, visit the coder.
Subscribe to the
If you didn't
coder.
come here. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Phil. He's way better than I am. He actually fixes stuff. I just have rabbit holes. Take care, everyone.
Peace out.